Hi, this is basically going to be a quick and dirty guide for people who don't want to read the bunch of crap that I wrote. And this is, again, quick and dirty, so it's not going to grab all the details. So, low key, if you want to know more of the specifics, you may have to go and read anyways. But just to give you a basic idea of what the fuck is going on, here is this video. Alright, really quickly, yes, it's a fucking presentation. We got the table of content, so we're gonna go through the bases, which are basically my focuses and my inspirations and what the fuck I want out of this group. And then we got the setting, the mage history I can speak. Actually, yeah, the mage history, the school, RP systems, and the world map. And just a heads up, I'm not going to present all of this in a presentation. I got fucking lazy putting this together, and I remembered, wow, this takes ages to make a good looking and like, yeah, decent presentation. So at one point I will switch to just the DeviantArt screen and I'll just go through the shit and summarize it for you as best as I can. Anyways, without further ado, let's head on to the, oh, there's the student store. Anyways, here is the basis. So, why my basic one? I basically just want a really, like, fun, shonen, actiony, adventure RPG with some kick-assery moments, or even dumb-assery moments, you know? Just fun shit like that. And I haven't really been given that shit, so I'm like, you know what? I think it's time. And this idea, this whole University of Mages, originally named Elden Academy, has been with me for, like, back in 2016 is when I first made it, and so I've just revamped it a lot. It's kind of a lot more different now, but somewhat has the same essence. Anyways, so there's that. I just want some fun, some shonen, actiony, dumbass, kicker-assery fun for my members and for myself. It will be interesting because it's gonna be my first time DMing, basically, which is also why it's not opened, because I'm not comfortable with managing people I don't know and all that stuff, and it's my first time. So anyways, yeah, so that's my basic one. And there's also, I like exploring the themes of magic, like how it can function and stuff like that. Themes of oppression, heroism, friendships, companionship, collaboration, etc. Those are some themes that I am envisioning anyways, and hopefully we'll get to touch on. And as for my inspirations, there are 3 major inspirations for this entire group. First is Monster Hunter. Obviously, we got hunters, and they are kind of mostly going to go against some monsters. I love fucking, if you know me, you know I love Monster Hunter. I love the power they have and just the world state of Monster Hunter. But most specifically, I'm pulling from, like, the ideas of monster and monster hunters, as well as themes of collaboration and teamwork. The hunters and monster hunters are all working together. There's always this feeling of working together, even with other players. It's not about competition. It's about working together to take down this, like, threatening fucking badass known as, like, Rathalos or something. And there's also just some world setting stuff, not a whole lot. Monster Hunter kind of has its own, like, steampunky but Jurassic like setting. Alden or University of Mages isn't really like that. It's more of like medieval right now. But yeah, there's some stuff like airships and just this whole idea of a hunter's guild and stuff like that is mostly from Monster Hunter, or inspired by anyways. And then we got Dragon Age. Obviously the most, like, notable things are mages and their kind of magic concepts, but not exactly. But yeah, just more so of, like, mages and how they're an organization and a recognized class. And in Dragon Age, they're kind of at one point was, like, oppressed, I guess, or marginalized, and they were also feared, or still are feared. But yeah, so that's it for oh, and also crystals, mainly mainly the corrupted red crystals that I'll get on later, and these are like red Templars and shit like that, and red lyrium that has a similarity to what's going on in the University of Mages. Basically, these guys here are all corrupted and enemy mobs that you fight against, and yeah, and they're going through a painful and bad times, and they can't retain themselves. They originally are people, I think, for the most part. As you can see in the middle, it's a knight who's turning into a red monster crystal thing. But yeah, so we have that going on too. That's very similar to what's happening in Dragon Age. And most importantly, Dungeons and Dragons. I think I got that right. D&D. Mostly the playstyle, I think most of you have already seen this. The stat systems and all that jazz. And the background bonuses that I gave to the head mages. So where your young mages are coming from, you get those background bonuses. So those are the, yeah, that's mainly what's happening with Dungeons and Dragons. Because yeah. Anyways, so for the setting, onto the second topic, there are 3 M's that I gave to the, I forgot what the thing is called, alliteration, is that it? I don't remember. So 3 M's of the UOM city, the fucking, I can't speak, University of Mages setting. First up, we got mana. Then we got mages, and then monsters. So those are 3 M's. So let's talk about mana first. Okay. So mana is natural. I fucking copied and pasted this from the journal summary that I provided. So anyways, so mana is natural. It exists inside of everything. Like everything. Well, every living thing, mostly. There's differing mana pools between organisms, species, and yeah, basically. And so that basically means everyone's got like different amount of mana. Like humans got pathetically none or almost none. They got a little. They got like the basic amount, and the mages are like, boom, fuck, get out of my way. I got tons, but it's also gonna fuck me over if I don't know how to control it. And I'll talk about that later. So anyways, we got 2 sources of mana. We got eternal mana, which is literally visualized like a pool of mana. Here's some pictures of pools for those who can't visualize a pool. We got these pools of mana inside of ya, and they're like on the verge, I think, of flooding. And the #1 goal for y'all who got like big ass mana pools, your objective is to keep this pool as still and as contained as possible. Like that is your goal. Of course, not everyone's gonna understand that, which relates to this whole House of Mages things that I will talk about later. Anyways, so that is your objective, and various factors can fuck up your pool, like casting spells. Casting spells will drain your pool of, you know, like MMOs works and stuff like that, RPG games and all that shit. And very extreme stress and emotions will cause turbulence, like someone's shaking your pool and all, you get all this water everywhere and ripples and shit. It's not cool. And that can lead to a demonic phase and crystallization. And then there's environmental stuff that I'll explain when it's relevant to the plot. So, back to the whole demonic phase and crystallization, that is also dubbed as the Mage's Curse. Okay, more commonly as the Demon's Curse, as North Terra and their civilians will put it. Basically, if you can't control this mana pool, which is kind of like has a life of its own, if you can't control it, it's gonna want to eat you and just take your body and then return back to Earth. Like, it's like losing to a plague. It's a bad time. You die if you lose to a plague. It's also like the zombie fungi, but crystals. Like, when you start crystallizing, it'll start within, and then it'll burst out of your body. It's very painful. You're still alive. You might as well be dead. And it's typically blue crystals, so yeah, that's kind of what's happening with the Mage's Curse. It sucks. Yep. And that's even more reasons of why the House of Mages exist. And I'll get on to that later.